Well, I realized we really don't have that much video out there other than the like kind of stylized stuff. So I just wanted to do a real simple walk around tour of the new Icon Bronco. This truck's all pretty and ready to go. We're going to deliver it tomorrow morning to its client. This particular truck is built kind of the way I'd build my own, really. So it's got the volcanic block powder coated trim with a Ranger package, Hutchinson run flat bead lock rims, Icon sport brakes, which denotes 6-piston front calipers, 4-piston rear, and then oversized rotors that you can kind of see peeking out there. And those rotors are T40-41 two-piece hats. It's engineered by StopTech. See some of the front details, their grille design, bumper. Those LEDs in that front bumper are crazy. They've got, they're like basically aircraft landing lights. And then that front grille, we're actually still playing with that design, but we CNC those eventually. Oops, I let the cat out of the bag. That's what we're playing with now, starting with like a 90-pound chunk of billet aluminum with our friends at Neil Fay. This particular one and all the ones prior are laser cut and then press braked into form. All LED lighting, headlights, markers, everybody. Some people hate my headlights. If you don't like them, I can do normal looking LEDs, but I think they're kind of cool. Those are actually OEM lights for Harley Davidson. And here you'll see also the Icon lettering, which is all CNC'd out of stainless steel and then enameled. That's an example of a part that is done with cooperation of Ford Motor Company and Nike. Nike was kind enough to help us build those files after Camilo Pardo and I did the design, and then they CNC those for us. And then Ford's cool, they help us with making sure the enameling is the correct Ford red, and also their supplier does the enameling for us so we can ensure an OEM caliber of longevity of the product. It's really nice. Alright, so what else? Let's see here. We do conventional shiny paint, but people seem to dig our kind of matte sheen finish. It's not like your typical murdered out matte. We always do a nanoparticle of metallic in the suspension, so it gives it a little bit more sheen and surface character than just the full-on murdered out deal. Here's a close-up of our mirrors. These are really fun for Camilo and I. Because see, the original Bronco, Ford being a big company, you know, they used what they had. So these mirrors originally I think were Mustang or Falcon. The handles as well came from the Mustang. The front lights came from an F100. We really saw that as an opportunity to redesign those and make them, you know, really kind of flow more with the truck light vibe. They're just a little bit chunkier than the originals. We CNC these as well out of stainless steel. Currently prototyping doing them by casting stainless and then a single pass with the CNC. They're really nice, super durable, and just a little bit chunkier, you know, than the originals were. This glass, as you can see, because you can see my ugly noggin, is really kind of trippy. We've done it for years on our one-offs, and with the Bronco Icon being really the first one that had proper glass other than the plastic windows, other than the occasional hardtop FJ, we thought this would be neat to use. This glass is actually like skyscraper glass, so we have a range of really interesting finishes. So this has basically like a smoked gray reflective from the exterior plane, but from the inside it's like a normal light gray tint. But pretty complex to pull off for automotive though. We actually have to CNC it and then let it shrink in the tempering process. But it really is kind of neat, adds some character. Third brake light, just because it seemed like the right thing to do. All diode again. Well, I just realized one thing I'm not finished actually on this truck. The tailgate, we do a CNC'd and then acid etched stainless steel B4 finish inlay there. You see the Hutchinsons. These reverse lights are insane. really mellow and small, but they just pop a load of light out of them. They're really high output. Taillight guards. You'll notice our bumper system, which is triangulation braced to the chassis. It's a class 2. You can almost see it. There it is. And then we do these CNC'd ramps. So the idea being, as you rotate the bumper out, that pin is on a spring and it'll engage and click in there, which keeps the tailgate from opening and getting screwed up by hitting it. And it also keeps it from rotating out into traffic. All CNC'd aluminum locking fuel. Back to the bumper, a couple other cool details. We have these storage door systems. So they have drains in them. They don't hold too much, but it was kind of a waste of space, so we thought it'd be cool to add those. And then all this hardware is all handmade in marine rated aluminum and stainless steel. And it's a lot nicer, I think, ergonomically than what's generally deemed acceptable. Let's see, I get far back enough in the corner. Just got a nice stance. We work really hard to get 33-inch tire to work without cutting that beautiful rear fender. I just love those lines, and over the years, you know, everyone's always done hacksaw lift kit and cut those out and put those big plastic flares. I'm just not really a fan of those, although we do build them that way if a client prefers. We also have control over the stance of the vehicle, being that it's Fox Racing Eibach coilover system. We're running a radius arm design on the front axle and a triangulated 4-link in the rear. So this is kind of nifty too. So when you open the door, we do these cool power steps from our friends at Amp Research. Really cool product. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but we embed these little aircraft diodes. Yeah, there it is. So, you know, when you open the door, it's just kind of cool. They light up your step, and then when you shut the door, they go up above the frame line, so there's no off-road issues. But for ingress and egress, they really help out a lot. Front door panel design. Oh, I'm such a geek, but let me expound on these. So this stainless steel is a material that we became aware of in an office building, actually, in New York City. You know, when you're in a big fancy building and that goes really cool metal finishes, usually in stainless, on the elevators. I thought, well, that's nifty. So we researched it and found this company in Illinois. And then there's the Chilowich, and then a laser cut aluminum volcanic block powder coated trim. And then all the hardware utilized on these is, come on, focus, it's all aircraft grade. Our buddies have a cool brand called Nick's Tricks. They do these, so factory, these would have been plastic, but Nick CNCs those out of alloy for us. Same with these window regulators. This particular truck has power door locks. Sometimes they do power mirrors. I mean the windows, but not this time. I'm really happy with these too. The original ones, you know, were basically just plastic. They're kind of cheesy. So these we CNC out of aluminum, and they just have some cool detail. So it looks like I'm out of time for the max quota at YouTube, so I guess we'll call this part 1, and then click to the next video, please, and watch part 2.